It's very windy again. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the game, I think. Some of the optional levels might take long, but the ones in the main quest path are quite short usually. Trying to be doing good neighbors. Oh, this one. Rearrange data cubes however you like, as long as no data cube has more than 3 neighbors. Alright. Just use lots of randomness. This is a very squishy banana. I already wrote some code. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, this banana is too squishy. So I wanna... okay. We don't want to pick up the nearest cube, actually. What we do want to do is just step randomly. If there is data cube on the ground, oh, what? Okay. We want to count how many neighbors there are, so we want to say M2 is 0. For each direction has M1 if M1 is a data cube, then M2 is incremented. So by the end of this, if M2 is greater or equal to 3, that means it has too many neighbors. Then we pick up start walking around randomly. So the other if we have here is if there is nothing and I have a data cube. Well, this is... Let's just see how this goes. So, if there's nothing and we have a data cube, we want to see if we can place it here. So we do... Let's just move this out here. So if there's a data cube and I'm holding nothing, and there are 3 neighbors, then we pick up. Otherwise, if there is nothing and we're holding a data cube and there are less than or equal to 3 neighbors. So this is strictly greater, and if there's too many neighbors, then we drop. Let's try that. All these calculations are going to take ages. Kind of working though. Who's still holding? See, eventually they shouldn't pick up any more items. It's interesting what results. You get like vertical slow, but I was going for optimized commands. How do I remove a command now? We don't need this if. No. We can actually get rid of some stuff. You can get rid of these. It's literally just if there are too many neighbors, we pick up. It doesn't matter whether we're holding something because it's not going to do anything if we're already holding something else. Sure. Okay, try that. It's pretty cool. Alright, but the 8s in the middle are fun enough. This just slows things down. Ah, it's all evening out. Getting there. What's left? It's one left. She's just trying to find a place for it. Where's she gone? There she is. Come on, to the right, to the right, to the right. There we go. Are we not done? Yeah, okay. Hello, the 4 fox. It's probably my slowest program yet, but it's 10 commands, which is the goal. How do I do it as fast as possible? I reckon just place them on the outer perimeter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 6. And then it's 48, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 14. It's 14 by 14, so 56 minus 52. So you can literally just place the tiles on the outer perimeter. It's going alright, the 4 fox. It's getting interesting, this game, because you have new commands, like you could do 4 each to look at all the neighbors. How would I... So placing the box is easy, you just walk out to the outermost and place it. Question is, how do I find the cubes? I can't just look for the nearest, because that'll bring them to the cubes they've already placed in the outskirts. They just have to... They just have to walk to the top left, then walk 4 spaces right, then walk 4 spaces down, then you're on the grid, and then you have to follow a pattern to see if any of those tiles are still there. The thing is, we don't need to remove every time, we just need to remove every second row. So the 5s and the 3s are fine, I can leave them alone. It's the 8s that need to move. I'm not really concerned with the fastest speed challenge. Glory hole. Okay. Each data cube on the floor indicates its distance, measured in tiles away from the special hole. But does everyone have to dive in? What did I just say? When? Sorry, there's a lot of wind, so it's probably can't hear me very well on the mic. So I think I need everyone to jump into the hole. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, so... level name, yeah. They need to find the special hole and dive in. Hello MC2M. A-star would work if they knew where the hole was. The point is they're just guided by the tiles. Alright, this is... okay, I think you just look at each direction around you and you just say if it's a hole and I'm standing already on a 1, then step into it. Otherwise, if it's less than my current tile. Wait, so this can be just on here, or M1 is less than my tile. Is that it? Just do that in a loop? No, this is not going to be quite right, is it? Because we need one more. Or we want to say if you're standing on nothing, but the way booleans work is a bit unclear, so we need can't express this in one big boolean expression, can we? We want if it's a hole and we're standing on 1, or we want this condition if it's less than what we're standing on. Or we want another AND clause. We want if but we can't do that because it's it's not, you can't use parentheses in these Boolean expressions, so it always does it from top to bottom. So it'll do the and then do the or, and then do the or. Alright, in that case I think, whoops, no, don't remove that. So that or is fine. What was it? M1 is less than what I'm standing on. I just need another if then. If okay, fine. If we're standing on nothing, and it's a tile, then step there. "15 seconds. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too hard actually. It's just boring. You can identify who everyone is just by looking at where they are. So you can say, if you're standing above a tile which says 11 and you're to the left of someone, then you know you're him. So you can have your bunch of code just go here, 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 here. Every one of these people is easily identifiable. But it'd be super boring to write that code, so I'm not going to. But I know how to beat this challenge. Are they all completely identifiable? Yeah, 10, 11, 12, these two, these two, these two. These three people are not identifiable. And these two... But you can still fix that, just tell them to take one step and then they know who they are. Because one's near a hole and one isn't. Yeah, it's just really, really boring to write that. Understaffed sorting. Okay, sorting, but we don't have as many threads as we had last time. Sorting method we'll use, well, trying to understand what I want them to do. I guess so we won't know what the numbers are, so it's not like it's 1, 2, 3. Arithmetic sort. Yeah, I mean anything that looks at the digits is probably too complicated. I guess. Well, I guess they can walk in. No, my biggest issue is how to distinguish between these pairs, because if we want them to scan left and right, they're gonna bump into each other. That's my issue. Like, it might even be easier just to have one person doing everything. The thing is, you can pick up... Oh, you can't easily swap two items, though. Well, you can, but you'd have to go up, put it down, pick up the item, put it left, then pick up the item, put it back. So that's why they've given us pairs. Because these guys can pick up the items and swap places and put them down. That's what they're getting at. So you could do something like, I don't know, like bubble sort, for example. It's just tricky because you need to keep them in sync, and they run their own code, so they don't... Oh, but they've given us syncing methods here, so they can tell a command and they can listen. That's interesting. So, I mean, I could get the pairs to just walk left, and any time they see they're standing on two tiles that can be swapped, they pick up, give to, put down. They can do that. No, pick up and actually walk past each other and then put them down. That works. And then they carry on walking left, and then when I hit a wall, or that would work if there was just one pair, because then they can just walk left. When they hit a wall, they turn around, walk back the other way. Every time they see something that needs swapping, they just swap. Problem is, there's people I don't want here. I just want one pair, not three pairs. How do I get rid of the other two? I just, I could just tell them to... Well, okay, I can say... Alright, it's a bit weird, but, I mean, this... if I go, like, 1, 2... 3, like that... Stupid sort. What's stupid sort? So now if I do that, now I can identify the pair that I want, because they're standing by a wall. So these other guys discard them, so I can say if there is no wall here, end. Alright, so now I'm just dealing with this pair. So we just bring them back. I can't see a simpler way of doing that. Alright, so then bring them back here, bring them down, and now we can begin the scanning process. Walk left and swap numbers until stuck, then go right and swap until stuck, and repeat. But how do you know when you're stuck? The problem is, there's a pair. What's the logic behind stuck? Because if you see a person in front of you, you don't know whether they're blocking you or whether they're just your other half in the pair. All you see is that there is a person in that space. So stuck would be a person or wall, but that would mean one of the pair will be stuck always, because they will always see a person in front of them. Like, you can't distinguish between another pair of people or just your partner. That's why I'm trying to discard these other two pairs. There might be a way of doing that though. You would have to... I don't know. You could even use tails and listens, I'm not sure. Like, split the pair. Okay. Come on. And always check the left item or something. Not sure what you mean there. So let's carry on with this one. So if I'm going to get them to go here... But yeah, I think for speed, if you're optimizing for speed, you do probably need to use all three pairs simultaneously. Speed, you need to do it in 200 or fewer seconds, but I'm not going to bother right now. So... let's say... we just... walk right in a loop. So this is a loop, so it's... let's use some sort of Boolean flag. Let's say set... so M1 is initially 0, we don't need to set it. So if M1 is 0, step right, else step left. That avoids us having to write a whole separate loop. So now, so we want to sort what direction? Smallest on the left. Okay, so if what I'm standing on is bigger than what is to the right, and there is a person to my right, so this should hopefully sync up if they're using the exact amount of time each step. So pick up. Can we just give two? Let's try that. I don't think that'll work though. I don't think they can give simultaneously. They can walk simultaneously. Oh, there's one small issue. Now that I've got these two ifs, the ifs take time, so the person on the right is gonna... the person who skips this if and moves on to the next if has technically used more time. Well, let's test it and see. So if he's standing... if this is smaller than what's on the left, and there's someone to my left, pick up, give two. I think give two won't work, but walking will. there's another problem. How do I know when I've hit the wall? Only the person on the right knows he's hit the wall. The person on the left doesn't. He'll get stuck in a loop trying to walk to the... Oh no, that's fine, because they can swap places. So the person on the left will keep walking towards the wall. The person on the wall against the wall will walk to the left. They'll actually swap places. And then the person who's now arrived at the wall will also see the wall. Okay, so this will work. So, if there is a wall, but now I have to be careful because there's a wall. So I need to take one more step before I do any of this. Let's go here. Actually go diagonally, then we're not wasting time. Alright, so if there is a wall to my right or a wall to my left, I invert Mem1. So Mem1 equals oh no, I can't. They didn't give me calc. I can't calculate, so I can't. Oh, I just have to do this using ifs. Okay. If M1 is 0, set it to 1. So this uses more commands, that's fine. Else, set it to 0. So we're inverting it. Let's try this. This actually work. Yeah, okay, they can't give. I expected that much. But we can walk. And walking is a waiting move, so they'll keep trying to walk until the person walks back at them, like that. There you go. Oh, I forgot to put down. Let's put drop. Yeah. God. It's actually kind of working. Wait. Yeah, that's fine. So this is bubble sort, isn't it? Well, almost bubble sort, but it's going back and forth. So it's like cubic time. No, quadratic time. Yeah, is it? The number of passes you need to make is like n. Because every pass you make puts at least one tile in its correct place. Or fewer commands. I thought I was doing well regarding commands. how can I halve that? Oh, I didn't even think about it right now. Twelve or fewer commands. So you probably, like, I've used a lot of commands here just to identify those people, so you can probably do it in a way which doesn't separate, which uses all three pairs. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do when they arrive at each other. I could just try letting all the pairs do it together and see actually what happens. So I want to step down. They kind of get confused. When they meet, they have a worker on the left and the right. Yeah. What do you want them to do with that? So if there is a worker on the left and the right, then how would they know whether to go left or right? Because it's symmetrical what they see. Well, they know the direction they were coming from because that's M1, but still. This sort of works though. It kind of repairs itself whenever they become pairs again. So maybe it actually works, but it's just really awkward. Oh, I can speed this up. Yeah, because it is actually working. It's just going to take time because they're kind of randomly dispersing and rejoining. But I've written it in a way that they'll never swap tiles in a way that harms the layout. So actually they kind of do, because when you're holding a 74, I think it might work if I just leave it running. This is still not beating the challenge, though I still need to eradicate some commands. But at least we've sort of shown how to have all of them working together. I don't think it's actually gonna... How are they gonna fix this 2 on the left? They don't seem to be... For that, they need 2 people walking together to the left. Ah, okay. But anyway, even that isn't short enough, but this is an interesting challenge to think about. Getting pretty close to the end. I'll aim to try and beat this. But to get to the gym though, I might not be able to finish it in time. to reach every point in the room. Every tile surrounding me is one tile away, then two. What? Okay. So whenever you find a 99, you replace it with the smallest number around you plus 1. Unless it's all 99s. That's the logic, right? So, okay, I think that's doable. What's the time? Okay, so let's just step about randomly. I like random stepping. It's gonna take a while to get into that little corner around there, though. If there is a 99, we pick it up. Now we need to find the smallest number around us, so set M1 to be 99. Each direction around us, if that is less than replace M1 with 2. So at this point we have the smallest number. If it's not 99, make sure M2 is not 0. What happened? Oh, that's a good point. I don't know what happens with... Oh. I can actually do and M2 is a data cube to ensure they're not testing against the empty space, which might count as 0. Is that what you meant? So, I don't know what exactly happens, but that isn't costing us anything. So M1, if my item is... what was it? No, if M2 is not equal to 99, then we want to write well, we need to add 1 to M1 and write M1 to the tile. And then we drop that feels about right. No, 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 what's going on? Why are they adding 100? So let's have a look at what he does. Okay, so he picks his number up. 99. M2 is a wall. Ah. No, no, the wall is fine. Nothing. A person. 99. It's not 99. Oh, that's supposed to be M1. Hang on. If M1 is not equal to 99, try again. Nice. And it's pretty fast as well, they're actually getting there. Into those corners. Oh. My logic is not correct. That doesn't give us the shortest path. How did I get a 5 there? Ah, because you could have a path that bends around and gives you a 4 here. And then you would put a 5 there. Even though there's a shorter path. Of course that could happen. So it's kind of correct with a certain probability. If I were to... Yeah, because look, this is all wrong over here. So, the more tiles you have around you, the more confident you are with the number you're writing. So realistically, we should be checking how many tiles are around us. If there's at least 3, then it would be really hard to get the number wrong. You'd have to... Yeah, I think 3. Say if there's at least 3 non-99s around you. So we need to count. So we need a new count. Let's say M3 is the number of non-99s. We keep this updated. If it's not 99, then we increment M3. So now we have 2 values. So I want to say if there is a non-99 around us. Well, no, we don't. We can now just say if M3 is greater or equal to 3, because that already forces that other condition to be true anyway. Let's try that. That should be outside the loop. Okay. Wait, where did 100 come from? Okay, before we worry about that, let's just... Right, that is looking correct. Wait, the nothings. So we need to say if and M2 is a data cube. There we go. So that looks safe. It's technically still possible for it to go wrong, but extremely unlikely because they would have to come around from behind to give the wrong number, which is unlikely to happen. You'd have to create a path of non-99s to the behind that tile. But I can't go higher than 3 because some tiles there's only 3. Oh no, 3. Oh damn. Because 3 is too high. If I could change it to 2, that might still be safe. Was 2 enough? Yeah, 2 should be all we need. It just increases the probability of... Let's see what happens. Looks okay so far. Yep, that's right. Let's get that 99. Ooh! That was an interesting one. It failed more than 50% of the random tests. Why? Because it was too slow? Or because they randomly failed sometimes because it's too relaxed? Probably that's the reason. Well, we could try here. This is the one where it fails, apparently. Wait, no, but is it seeding? Are they seeding the random walk? Let's see what happens anyway. So if we set the condition to 2, it's a bit dodgy, I guess. Especially on this left side, because you can actually have a path coming from above, which would throw it off. Yeah, there we go. It's happened. We had 11 creeping from below, when it should have been 7 or 8. But did I actually pass this level? No, I didn't. I didn't pass this level. You actually have to resolve this. Okay. Your program has to work more than 50% of the time. I could simply check for all number, not one. Wait, what? To force a recheck on everything. To check for all number, not. Would be not one. But I can do a recheck. That is probably what we need to do. But should I just pick up a tile regardless of whether it's 99 or not? Let's try setting this to true and just do it. Just keep picking up tiles all the time. It's gonna be super slow, but. All data cubes, not one. Oh, I see. Yeah. Technically that's better than this, so yeah, I could do that. So this will take a long time. It might take too long now, that's the worry. It might be okay. We just need to hope they get into the corridor. They are starting to, so that's good. Wait, if I do that, then I don't need to check for... Let's just... I don't need to have this M3 check anymore. But is it gonna finish? Let's start again. So M3, just set this to be greater equal to 0 for now. So we don't care about M3. Because we're rechecking. We would only ever need to recheck if... No, yeah, we always need to recheck if we're going down this route. Okay, if they actually make it to the left, then we can get this done, but there's a time limit. It's like 1,000 seconds or something. This is sped up by 12. Come on, I think we'll do it. Yeah, it's a pretty cool puzzle. Come on, just a couple more. 4 more. Yeah, I'm sure there are much better ways of doing this. I could actually bias them towards the left, so I could remove the rightmost direction from their random walk. That will kind of tend them to go to the left a bit. I had one more. Wait, let's try doing that then. Let's try biasing them. So they never take a step directly to the right. Very slight bias. That seems to help. Maybe, I don't know. They should stop accumulating on the right now and tend to go to the left. Yeah, I think it's working. I can remove these M3 calculations because that's taking time. Oh, we're almost there. Now it's harder for them to get into that corner because they never step to the right. They always step diagonally. Come on, come on, come on. It's 1 in 7 chance every time they get to that. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, go down, go down. There we go. Oh, there's another problem. To pass the puzzle, all the tiles have to be on the ground simultaneously. So you should only pick up. You should only pick up if there's no... What should you do? If they could find the one data cube, you could actually set any cube to the number of steps they have taken. You could actually set any cube to the number of steps they've taken if the number is smaller than the current. But I'm not sure what your path is. So you find the one, standing on one, then what? Where do you go? Because if you walk randomly, then that won't work. But we need to stop them picking things up so much. That's the other problem here. Because then they need to place everything down. So this is almost correct, but they need to put everything down. And you walk randomly in a path already created. Not sure what you mean here. Well, I don't want to change the overall algorithm yet. If there's a way to fix this, I think, like I could maybe flip a coin and only pick it up half the time, or something like that. How would I even do that? So you are one. You're on 1, you see 99, walk... Oh, I see what you mean. But it's kind of equivalent to the... I mean, the equivalent problem happens though, doesn't it? That you could take a path... Unless... You then... Oh, so you're saying return them to 1 after they've done that? Which kind of biases their paths to always come outwards and not go in a bendy path. Because that exact same thing can happen. That thing that happened up before, where we had the 11s up here, that can happen again, using that. So if they're coming, and that actually will happen quite often, because if someone goes up to the top around this wall here, and he's coming down from up, he's going to start putting 8s, then 9s, then 10s, and 11s, and 12s. He might get to high numbers before someone actually gets in from the bottom. Right, you would need to check for a number greater than the one you're checking. So current path number plus 1. Oh, maybe I didn't misunderstood what you were saying. So you said you're on a 1, you see a 99, walk on it to make a 2. You see a 2, you walk on it and check for 3. So if you're on a 7 and see 11, you'll be checking for 8 against this 11. So whenever you're on... Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so whenever... The general rule is, whenever you're on a tile, and you see a larger number with a gap of more than 1, then you go to that number and replace it to be your original number plus 1. And if they just do this, then they'll stop picking things up all the time. But they also will readjust numbers if they need to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that would probably work. Just trying to think if I have time now. I need to get to the gym, but... Maybe I have a few minutes. So okay, we step randomly. If we're standing on a tile, so if we're standing on a tile that is, it is a data cube and less than 99. Then we look at our neighbors and we see one with a gap. As soon as we see one with a gap, we walk to that and replace it. So scrap all this, just write some fresh code here. So as Okay, it's M1. So we want, let's say, calc M2 to be minus, it's the difference between that and my number. If M2 is greater than 1, then okay, we need to remember what our number is. Well, you can also use M2 to, but it's going to take the same number of commands either way. So let's say M3 equals my number. We step to M1. We pick up. Oh wait, no. M3 should be this plus 1. We step there, pick it up, write M3, drop it. I missed something there. So now they should repair these. So she's... No, something's going on here. What am I doing? If I'm standing on a cube and it's less than 99, for each direction as M1, M2 equals the difference between M1. Oh, because it's still doing the for each. So we need to break out of the for each. So they're kind of repairing things. That's good. So that went to 7, then it went to 5, and now it went to 3. Yeah, that looks good. That's pretty cool. They're repairing things as they go along, but yeah, I think we'll be able to finish. And then when it's correct, they'll never pick tiles up again, so we won't get stuck. Is there a mistake somewhere? There's a 3... Oh, these need to be repaired up here. Okay, she's coming back. There we go. Okay, what isn't fixed? So it's ones, then these should be forming rectangles. So ones, then there's twos. Damn it. Let's bias it. Also, when they have finished, where do we want them to step? Back to where they came from? Let's try again, but with the bias. I guess they could do the opposite check for a number smaller to fix the one they're standing on, return back to where they came from. So if we're on a number that is too larger than some neighbor, I see. Yeah. Let's see if this actually just runs in time. Oh, they're almost there. Just repair the bottom left section. They're not repairing this fast enough, I think. Come on, 8s. Well, I need to get to the 7. That bias is not helping because they're not. Well, well, the question is, will that pass 50% of the time? Oh, it's neck and neck. No, it's failing too much. That was like 50-50, so I'm at 50-50, I just need to... I don't know. Alright, yeah, that's... I mean, that suggestion, I could add that. Alright, I have to finish now, so... Think about that next time. Take a sneak peek at the sorting floor. Smallest at the top left, biggest at the bottom right. Each row ascending left to right, and each number in a row should be bigger than all the numbers in the previous row. Doesn't sound too hard. Because, I mean, I can even just tell everyone except for one person to jump to their death. Just have one person walk around randomly in the square. Alright, we'll do that next time. And every time you find one which is... Doesn't seem hard, but I guess we'll find out when I try it. This is interesting stuff up here. Alright. See you next time, MC2M.